Hello, Expand Dog. How you doing, dude?
Only dude, there's so little like actual locale content. No, sorry, sector content this stream. Um, it starts with DSP a little bit. DSP has finally declared for reals this time that he was the WWE Champions user called They Call Me Dark Side Phil. He claims, however, to mitigate the damage of this reveal, that A, he only spent tens of thousands of dollars playing WWE Champions, and he claims that when the name of this account changed, it was because he got kicked out of his guild and could no longer play effectively, because you basically have to be in a guild full of whales to get the best rewards. So he could no longer really play effectively. So since the game was basically taken for him by the guild kicking him out, he changed his name from They Call Me DSP to Down from the Raptor. Sorry, he sold his account. And the person who acquired it and paid him money for the really high-ranking account with all the valuable pulls, paid him money for it. And then they changed the username for his sake because he had acquired the account. And then just so happened to rejoin the same guild on WWE Champions. So this is his way of handling the accusations and the totality of the evidence that he was playing this game under this account. Because it just doesn't make sense that this guy called They Call Me DSP, who's playing the same exact fucking game that DSP plays, also just so happens to be a mega whale spending 5 figures at least into this game, and then they have no relationship with each other. So Big Headed from Kino Casino, he comes out and says this. Okay. So we'll come back to that then, if at all. The consequence of this was that he had announced this directly before his stream with Stuttering Craig, who I have made fun of in the past because he appears to wear makeup and also do Instagram filters that are designed for women to like make his eyes shinier and his skin sparkly. I do not know why he does this, but it's very weird and very obvious to me. He had prior talked to Stuttering Craig on the Side Scrollers podcast in March 2023. And this interview went very poorly for Darkside Phil because Craig was supposed to be like a neutral party. But in the days leading up to the interview, the detractors sent tons of information to Craig, and he did his own research. And as they start off kind of cordial, and then over time they turn up the heat. And Craig does a pretty good job of like wrangling DSP. But as he starts like pounding him on his bankruptcy filings and the financial stuff and the bank leaks, Darkside Phil just kind of collapsed on this and then leaves eventually. And his opinion was after the fact that Craig had it had been a decent interview, but in the following day Craig made fun of him on in responding to super chats, and Darkside Phil has always been kind of angsty about that. Well, they have this follow-up conversation, and the contention is that Phil was angry that Craig had brought up the bank leaks and the bankruptcy and the WWE shit. And he said that he was like trying to defame him and injure his reputation. And then at the end of it, DSP announces that he lied, basically. And I think this is it. Is it still not going to fucking load? Are you fucking kidding me? Chat, I honestly can't even believe this shit right now. So the issue was, if he had lied about being They Call Me DSP on the game, how do you have any right to be upset that that he as an interviewer asked him questions about it? Because he was lying, and he just showed evidence that he was lying. So how can he be angry? And after arguing about this and having like a little back and forth, Darkseid Phil eventually just kicks him off. Is it my VPN that's wrong? I think it is. 1 second, chat. This is how it feels sometimes.
Stuff like that. He basically went down the same route as many other.
Okay, he already kicked him off at this point. Okay, I see. This is the part.
That we can eventually work together in the future in some way, shape, or form. Maybe you come on Side Scrollers and we do a regular show. If you don't want to deal with a politics-driven show that isn't whatever you said, right?
Right.
You were extremely nice with your words, and by nice I'm being sarcastic right now. And when you told us to go fuck ourselves and all that stuff, so I would like to give you a fair shake someday on Side Scrollers if you're open to it. Like I said, I want to make sure that you and everybody else knows that I am open to working with you in some way, shape, or form. But I hope more than anything, I hope you're honest, not just with your audience, but with yourself about the situation. I appreciate your time today, Phil. I got some dad duties I got to get done. Thank you guys very much for your time.
All right. Now hold on. Before you go, let me say my piece too. All right.
Sure.
It'll be quick. I promise.
Yeah.
This is it. This is the end. There's no more feud between you and me. Do you agree? That's it. We're done. We can stop going at each other's throats.
Phil, I haven't had a feud with you for 18 months, man.
That's fine. Okay, whatever you say, monetize the haters, but you don't have a feud with me. You want me to play Street Fighter with you. You don't have a feud with me. You want me back as a guest on your anniversary show because you know it's going to bring you hype and attention from my detractors, but you don't have a feud with me. Okay? But okay, fair enough. You don't have a feud, but we're agreeing to this now. It's over, right? We're done.
Yeah,
we're good.
It's over. Yeah.
Okay. So, and you were asking me now, a year and a half later, will I be a guest on your show? Which was what originally was agreed to, correct? Like, that's what you're saying. It was originally, that was the agreement. We were going to do the interview. And then after that, I was going to have the opportunity to be a regular guest on your show like everyone else had been, correct? Right. That was the agreement.
And after the interview, I sent you that email saying, like, we were just disappointed, right? And the offer wasn't there anymore after the interview because we felt lied to.
Okay, so now,
with that said, I hope we can move past it.
That's what I'm saying. Now that we've hashed it all out, right? We're all good. You're saying you're extending that olive branch, and you're saying that that opportunity is there again, possibly. Not a lock-in, but it's possible that I could be on your show.
Sure.
Okay, I'm not interested. Go fuck yourself. Okay. All right, guys. So that's
how he chose to end it. Like this long-winded, like trying to get him to this point just so that he can say, I'm not interested and go fuck yourself. Oh my god, Chad seems to like that. Chad thinks that's Chad and Alpha. Okay, hold up. Let's do a poll since we're in the mood. Was that Chad and Alpha? It will be vote yes for yes. Vote 1 for yes, vote 2 for no. Let's check it out. Let's see what the chat has to say. Early and often. I ride... Base, Kang DSP, Kang, Kino, PPP would be proud, Kang shit. Gondolid says that's bitch made. Let's see, King, bow to the king, Kang, based, damn base, Lamau. Democracy is real. The votes are pouring in, chat. He's a bad man, but it's cool. Okay. The votes are actually coming in quite fast. DSP can take his cheap gotchas where he can, I suppose. It was funny, but it was a little bitch made. DSP is a cock, but it was a decent Maestrock. I just hate Stuttering Craig. One more. Okay, there we go. With 100 votes and 75% yes has taken it. 25% said that was not Chad and Alpha. Okay. I'm a little bit shocked at that, actually. I wonder how many of the people that voted yes are people who watch Kino Casino versus people who don't really know much about DSP. I thought it was a bit weird to try and like have this cordial conversation and then just say, go fuck yourself. Because I don't know. It just felt like an emotional outlast. But, I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the whole interview. It's about an hour long. But there was a point where Stuttering Craig in this conversation, and out of context, I think it actually looks worse for DSP than in context, because there's an earlier part in this where Craig is like, well, you lied to us about the WWE Champions thing, so fuck you. Like, that's literally what he says. So when he says go fuck yourself, actually, he might literally said go fuck yourself. And I think DSP was trying to call back to that moment when he said no. So in context, it actually does look a little bit better for DSP. I don't know. I thought it was a bit rude to close out like that. Super immature, but then again, it's DSP. That's probably a fair way to put it. Okay. If it's DSP versus a literal faggot, I'm always for DSP. Is he actually gay, or does he just look gay? He has like that pretty boy gay face, and I think that he uses Instagram filters, but I thought that was just like insecurity. Is he actually homosexual? Yes, he is literally gay. I see. Okay. Phil gave Moonpie a huge shout out. I mean, our conversation was pretty tame. I felt like I handled myself well. Craig has AIDS. Is that true? You know, saying someone has AIDS is actually per se defamation. You better watch yourself, boys. Thank you. Tetrabacks for 20 says, I liked your conversation with DSP. I think you came out the winner without tearing him down like the detractors. You seemed like a normal observer with an opinion instead of an unhinged retributive. A lot of people on the Kino Casino archive were like super, like saying like, oh, I didn't take accountability. Like, I don't know what the fuck they mean, but I was surprised to see any negative feedback. I think I did pretty well.